What is going on, everybody? It's the Philosopher back again for a Smackdown Live review for July 31st, 2018. We have made it to the end of July. August is finally creeped up on us. We are 2 weeks from Sunday away from SummerSlam. But gee, did you forget? Did you know that there's a pay-per-view in October called WWE Evolution? Because fuck, I didn't know with how many times they've been shoving it down our throats for the last 2 goddamn weeks. We have until October 28th, until like October, after the Super Show in Australia, to worry about this entire thing called WWE Evolution. But all WWE wants to do is have everybody come out and say something about it. We had it last week with like on SmackDown. We had it last week with AJ Styles. This week we had it with Daniel Bryan. Why do they continue to do this? I don't get it. It makes no sense for them to sit there and just go, oh, we're just going to shove this stuff down your throat over and over and over again. We're just going to take that plunger called WWE Evolution. We're just going to shove it down your throat. Enough already. You are going to turn more people off from this show then you are going to actually have people wanting to see this show. It is enough. Stop it already. Just move the heck on. We have to worry about SummerSlam. Which we'll be talking about this Saturday, while WWE management sees no excitement in SummerSlam. And I wonder why, but we'll get to that on Sunday. Now, tonight we had the Bar versus the Usos. The winner goes on to face the New Day next week, with the winner going to face the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. We had Zelina Vega versus Lana in a match that was pretty much just a bicker between these two, leading up from what happened last week, and the fact that we have Rusev having an identity crisis, not knowing what he wants to do, and all that stuff. And Randy Orton strikes again to our friend and favorite wrestler for a lot of men and women and boys and girls out there, Jeff Hardy, taking it to the extreme with his attack, being the villainous, vile Randy Orton we all love to hate. Very good stuff tonight for SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live has been putting on, they haven't been putting on completely great shows, but they've been putting on better shows, way better shows than Monday Night Raw, for damn sure. It's not even a contest. Yes, we all know SmackDown, NXT is the show, is the A show of everything, whereas Monday Night Raw is the D show. 205 Live would be the B show, in my opinion, if you watch it. And if you don't watch it, then SmackDown is the B show, and Raw is the C show. Just saying. I'm just saying. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is what it is when it comes to this stuff. We also had Samoa Joe, and I hope I could get this video to pop up because it hasn't shown up on YouTube yet. But Samoa Joe cut a damn good promo calling AJ Styles. He's happy to see him. He's happy he's made the WWE Championship prestigious, but he also says that AJ Styles has chosen the WWE Championship over his own family, and he is a failure as a father and a husband. I'm hoping they put it on YouTube. WWE editing team, whoever it is becoming really piss poor with this shit, and I hope it's going to show up because that is definitely a promo you have got to listen to. And Charlotte makes her triumphant return, helping out her friend Becky Lynch. That is part of the opening segment tonight, in which WWE gave Charlotte the opportunity to go to SummerSlam as she would take on Carmella and have the same chance as Becky Lynch did the week before. And I don't even have to go over the review. Over the show, exactly who was going to win that match. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So again, SmackDown Live, and we'll say the fact that it is only a 2-hour show does help it more than heard it overall. As you can tell with Monday Night Raw, half the time we're sitting there and it's like, oh, it's we get through to an hour. Okay, the show's, it depends on how they book the first hour. The first hour is a pretty good hour for Monday Night Raw. Then okay, that's fine. Second hour starts dragging down, and then we get to that third hour, and it's like, this show's still on. Oh, come on already. We want to move on. We want to watch something else. I want to get SmackDown over with. If you're going to keep me going through this, why? That's just all I got to say, is why am I going to have to go through more of Monday Night Raw for 3 hours when Smackdown Live is just it's just the right amount of time, really. Yes, I know NXT is pretty good the way it is. It would be a lot, I think, honestly, it'd be a lot better if it was 90 minutes because you would have a little bit more NXT, but an hour is fine with it. I don't want to see that ever get expanded to 2 hours because I think that would just be way too much. But SmackDown Live for a main roster show has the right number. And I'm glad that, and I will have to say, I'm glad it's going to Fox for the simple fact is, when we get to Fox next October, it'll be from 8 to 10, no overrun as it is right now, and it can't go any further for the simple fact is that Fox has, it has cable, it has other things, it has news coming up afterwards. But SmackDown Live started out with our good old friend, the last kicker, Becky Lynch, as she is being interviewed for her match at SummerSlam against Carmella when the Princess of Staten Island makes her presence known and does what she's done before. Bunch of bullshit come out of her mouth to try and make a fool out of Becky Lynch when Becky's best friend on SmackDown Live returns to stop Carmella.
Sometimes you doubt that it's ever going to happen, and I certainly did that, but I knew that if I kept pushing, eventually I was going to get back to where I wanted to be. But here are some disheartening facts for you. I haven't been SmackDown Live Women's Champion since December 2016.
That is a crying shame because Becky Lynch is one of the best workers they have in the ring on SmackDown Live. And the fact that she hasn't held the SmackDown Women's Championship since December of 2016 is criminal.
I haven't even had a title match, WrestleMania 33, which was almost a year and a half ago. So
again, another crying shame and criminal that Becky Lynch, who is again one of the best in-ring performers that they have on SmackDown Live for the women, and she has been underutilized until recently, and this is going to be her first title match in over a year and a half.
Last week when I beat Carmella, I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about SummerSlam. I kept thinking about what it means SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and it is honor. Yeah, and it's the excitement, and it's the pressure of knowing that you have a target on your back and knowing you have to fight mind, body, and soul every week to defend that title, or you will lose it. And I wasn't born to be a champion. No, I fought to be a champion. And come SummerSlam, I will fight mind, body, and soul to beat Carmella. And it will be my honor to walk into WWE Evolution, the first ever all-women's pay-per-view.
There's your first push of the plunger of WWE Evolution for the night.
As a SmackDown Live Women's Champion.
We shouldn't be
Carmella makes her way to the ring, and you know this was going.
tearing each other down. We should be building each other up. And it honestly comes from a place of jealousy. You've always been just a step ahead of me. In NXT, they told me I would only ever be a manager and just a hype girl.
Which is where you belong, and then that's the only thing you have ever been good at.
But you were killing it. You were part of the 4 Horsewomen. You were doing your thing, but you were never too successful. Advice and be there for me, and that's something I'll never forget. And through everything, clearly, the WWE Universe has always loved you. I try so hard every single day to just block out all the haters on social media.
I don't get it, Tears.
Everyone's saying how much I suck, how I'm so unworthy of this title.
Which you are, and you always have been because you suck in the ring.
It's exhausting, but I have to put on a brave face. Tell myself that I deserve to be here. Just like you do. You deserve this match. You earned it. And honestly, to walk into SummerSlam, the biggest match of my career, against someone I've always looked up to, I could not be more excited. And I can't wait to just tear the house down with you and prove everybody wrong. We're gonna kill it, honestly. So
I doubt it.
I just want to say, fuck.
She wants to shake Becky's hand. Becky's not looking, not buying it, and then all of a sudden, James Ellsworth's music plays, because yes, James Ellsworth had music for whatever reason. Becky falls for this. And Carmella with an attack with the title to the back of Becky.
Genius! Yeah, I knew it was too good to be true.
Kick to Becky's face.
A humble Carmella, yeah. There's a foreign concept. I bought into every word. I'm sure you did.
Carmella goes and grabs a chair from under the ring.
Now Carmella pulling out a steel chair, and there's more than just pulling on a facade here on Becky Lynch. Carmella trying to take out her competition for SummerSlam. Becky's going to be lucky to make it to SummerSlam at this point. What a brilliant plan hatched by the women's champion. Getting that uncalled for. This is so typical. Carmella.
Charlotte makes her way to the ring and just takes out Carmella. So later in the night, well, I think it was actually right after came back from commercial break, Paige is in the back with Carmella. She makes a match. She makes a match for later in the night, which actually is the main event of the show. Carmella versus Charlotte. If Charlotte wins, the match at SummerSlam becomes a triple threat. I don't have to be, and it doesn't take a genius to tell you how that match was going to end. Plain and simple. Give me a second here. It's nice to see Charlotte back. It is great it is nice to see somebody come back after weeks of being off. She was, if anybody does remember, she was off due to breast implant, her breast implant being busted. She had to get that repaired, and now she's back, and she's going to be at SummerSlam, as we all figured. Then we had the Usos versus the Bar in a number one contenders tournament match, which four teams is not really a tournament to me, but whatever. Versus the Usos and the Bar, and New Day make their presence known, and Byron Saxton has to be the biggest fucking idiot in the motherfucking world at this time, because Biggie does his where they're at, and he's like, could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Who the fuck do you think it is? And then Byron Saxton, again, looks like a fucking idiot, because when they pan the camera back, you see the announce desk with Byron, Tom Phillips, and Corey Graves, and right beside it is an orange-colored commentary desk with pancakes on top of it, sitting right beside Byron Saxton. So what the fuck did he think that was going to be for? My God, they make Byron Saxton look like an idiot over and over and over and over again. He just looks more and more like a buffoon, and I just wish they would take him off commentary, because he brings absolutely nothing but headaches and more headaches. This was a damn good match, and I honestly thought the Usos were going. There was a time where I was like, we're going to get the Usos versus the New Day again. That did not happen. The Bar ended up winning this match with a one of the Usos. They try to go for the double splash, the double the double super flat splash. Well, Cesaro intercepts one with the uppercut, the non-legal guy, and Sheamus gets his knees up for the other Uso. I can't tell the two apart. I'm sorry, they're twins, and unless you're looking at them head on and the tattoos on them and everything. But when they're in the middle of action, I can't tell who is whose. I commend anybody on WWE's show to be able to tell the two apart because I honestly can't. But the one who is legal goes for the splash, Sandwich gets his knees up, roll up, 1, 2, 3, Bar versus New Day next week. The winner goes to SummerSlam to face the Bludgeon Brothers. After the match, it was the New Day who were in their own little commentary desk, which they did every once in a while, pull them in and out. They did go from the normal trio to the New Day commentating on this match, even though the New Day were just being a bunch of buffoons and everything. Apparently, the Usos have never been on the SummerSlam main card, just like they've never been on the WrestleMania main card until this year, and they're going to have to wait till next year to try again. But after the match, the Bar they're telling the New Day to get into the ring. They trash talk a little bit, and then the Bar back off, and that is your match for next week, with the winner facing the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. I honestly think the Bar need to win, because we don't need to see the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers again. It's time to give the Bar their due. The New Day have had their day. They need to be in the back of the line. They are below, in my opinion, they should be below Anderson and Gallows for chances at the Tag Team Championships, simply for the fact is they've had their chances over and over and over again. They've been multi-time Tag Team Champions. They don't need the Tag Team titles right now. They need to just let other teams have a chance. Oh, I hope this promo is put on him, because Samoa Joe's promo tonight was absolutely gold, but I don't think they're going to put it on here, and that is a shame. That is a damn shame. Samoa Joe comes out, he gets a bar stool, and sets it in the ring and sits on it for a bit. Tells about how him and AJ he's known AJ for a long time. He knows the truth about AJ. AJ is no good father. AJ has sacrificed everything from his friends, his family, and everything to be the WWE, to be champion, to do everything he can. He finds it funny how last week that AJ Styles said he can look at his daughter and tell her that she could be anything she wants to be, because he knows that AJ Styles is barely home to even give his son to look at his daughter, let alone hold his daughter, and calls him a failure as a father and failure as a husband. I really wish they would put this on YouTube, because this promo just shows that if Samoa Joe does not win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam or Hell in a Cell, it is a damn shame, because this guy is by far one of the best promos in the WWE. I'm hoping it gets put on YouTube either tonight or tomorrow, because that promo you should listen to. It just shows again why he is the best, one of the best at promos in WWE. There is Samoa Joe, The Miz, Cena when he's actually serious, and Paul Heyman are four of the best there is in WWE. And hopefully they put them on too, because Miz and Daniel Bryan have a nice verbal back and forth that, yes, Miz did get challenged by Daniel Bryan for SummerSlam. Then we get a little more, then we get Jeff Hardy out here. He addresses Randy Orton's attack from last week. And I believe he also says something. He talks about wanting to take the U.S. title back from Shinsuke Nakamura too.
Championship is more than a title to me. It's a part of my life force. It's my fifth eye. It revitalizes me.
So what is your third and fourth eye, may I ask? Because it's your fifth eye, but I don't know. He's talking more Brother Nero to me than he is Jeff Hardy, in my opinion.
It heightens my sense of purpose, and it deepens my connection with you. The WWE Universe. Thank you. When I lost it, a piece of me was severed away. And there's nothing more important than beating Shinsuke Nakamura and taking it back. However, there's one thing that's almost as important, and that's beating the hell out of Randy Orton. That's exactly what I'm out here to do right now. So Randy Orton, Viper, whatever you are, get on out here. It's time.
Randy Orton's on the corner of the ring. He's like, he just got up to the stairs. He's, you know, taking his time to get in the ring when all of a sudden from behind Jeff Hardy comes Shinsuke Nakamura.
Hardy ready for a battle here.
Kick to the back of the head.
Nakamura from behind. The United States champion.
Knees to the gut, knees to the gut, knees to the shoulder.
Nakamura completely blindsiding Jeff Hardy.
Nakamura is going for the Kinshasa, and Randy Orton just steps in front of him for whatever reason.
Randy Orton toe-to-toe with Nakamura.
Backs Nakamura into the corner. Turns back and looks at Jeff for a second. And just tells Nakamura to do it.
Viper just told Nakamura, get him. Oh, no. Here we go.
Kinshasa. Orton back into Nakamura's face. And Nakamura just gets out of dodge.
I'm not entirely sure. Randy Orton stepped in front of Nakamura before delivering a Kinshasa.
Now, Randy Orton ain't cut this part out, but Randy Orton then goes over to Jeff Hardy, looks at him, stares at him, gets like does his old feet into the crowd, like come on, and then does his pose, his twist around and smacking on the ground. Looks like he's gonna go for an RKO, but instead of going for the RKO, he just trips Jeff Hardy back up and just starts stomping the hell out of him until Jeff Hardy eventually rolls over to the apron, and when Randy Orton picks him up and gives him the hanging DDT. Ooh. And one of Jeff Hardy's gauges in his ear because it just bumps and rolls away.
Face to face. This not us any. The depravity of Randy Orton knows absolutely no bounds. Instead, Jeff Hardy just easy.
He grabs him again and he drapes him over the apron and hanging DDT to the outside. Jeff Hardy is just selling his ass off. Then he puts him on. He cleans off the announce table, puts him on there, rips off both arm sleeves and his shirt, and takes the necklace, the little necklace, the choker chain or whatever that chain he that chain thing he wears around his neck with the Hardy Boys logo, and he just rips it off and puts it in his jacket's pocket. Then he goes over and grabs a towel and a bottle of water. And just pours the water on Hardy's face. A couple more shots to Hardy.
Insult to injury.
He takes the towel and just starts wiping the paint off of Hardy's face.
Wiping Jeff Hardy's identity clean off his face. Hardy's connection with the WWE Universe walked away. Face.
And he just takes his head one more time and shoves it into the thing. he just, then he takes the necklace out of his hand, out of his pocket, and just stares at it, holds it in his hand and stares at it. And just walks off. Now, they do have a backstage segment with him, and it says, Randy Orton, I erased the enigma.
Hey, Randy, what just happened out there?
What's happened out there? Wanna watch it? Erase the enigma.
I honestly think this was a way for them to write Jeff. There could be a way for them to write Jeff off of TV because Jeff is dealing with some minor injuries and stuff. So, well, major injuries, minor injuries, whatever. So, yeah, taking him off of TV would definitely be a good thing for him. Let him heal up. He does, but they do want to. We do have 2 weeks until SummerSlam. I don't know. It feels like they're going to have a triple threat match, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, and Jeff Hardy in a triple threat match for the United States Championship. That has not been confirmed yet, but we will know in due time. Then we got Zelina Vega versus Lana, because last week these two brawled for a minute until Aiden English came out, and then they bickered back and forth, and Lana put a video out on YouTube, on Instagram or whatever it was. WWE actually saw the video because WWE retweeted it or whatever, or shared it on Twitter, and she challenged Zelina Vega to a match. This match was what it was. Zelina Vega, she can work. Lana, not so much at all. The finish came when Lana's going up to the top rope twice. Andrade Cien almost getting up there 2 times. Aiden English out of nowhere comes out and pulls Andrade Cien almost down. I think that knocked. So I couldn't really see what happened because they didn't pan to it fast enough. But I think that rocked Lana off of the rope, and she gets rolled up for a 3 count. So Zelina Vega beats Lana, and Aiden English is not happy that he tried to do the right thing, and it cost Lana. In the back, we have Zelina Vega, not Zelina, but Lana and Aiden English talking. Aiden English trying to apologize to Lana before Rusev, and he runs away before Rusev can say anything, and then Lana goes off on Rusev.
Lana, sorry, are you okay? Look, I know Rusev has this whole thing about getting space and everything, but I saw you in trouble, and I wanted to help. I wanted to do the right thing.
Right thing for you to do would leave right now. Go.
Hey, look, I swear, it was an accident. Hey, come here! Come here, let me talk to you! You okay? That would have never happened if I was out there.
Rusev, I understand that you need to figure out what's best for a Rusev Day. You need a break and you need to figure it out and all. The truth is that Lana needed you. And I could have really used you out there tonight.
I don't know what's going on with this whole thing. Like, can we get some cliff notes on why they're having, like, I can see that they're trying to get, like, end this whole Rusev Day thing with Aiden English and Rusev, but they could have just simply had Rusev attack Aiden from behind, like, attack Aiden in the ring and left him laying, and ended it there, and have those two in a match at SummerSlam or whatever. But they're just prolonging this, and I don't know where they're going for this, but it is what it is. Then we had Daniel Bryan. Before we get to this, Daniel Bryan comes out to address what happened last week, and Miz uses a slew of babies to mock Daniel Bryan in the end.
Baited me. He antagonized me, all because because he felt this protective wall because I was not cleared to compete. He thought the things that he said and did wouldn't haunt him and that he would be safe. But then I was... And that protective wall came crumbling down. So what did he do? What lengths did he go to? He brought his wife out to the ring. He brought what I thought was his very own baby strapped to his chest to the ring.
Quite honestly, to anybody who watched last week's episode of Smackdown Live, if you ever seen anybody or been a person who had one of those things with your baby strapped into it, babies don't sit there and just lay still like they're dead. That was a dead giveaway last week, so Daniel Bryan does look like a little bit of a buffoon because he thought that was actually a baby or Monroe Sky in that thing when you could definitely tell it was a baby doll.
Why? To build a wall between us to protect himself because he knows that if he and I were to ever get in a fair fight, I would destroy The Miz. If you think I'm wrong, come out here and prove it. Because I'm out here in the ring all by myself, and I would love nothing more than to punch you in the face right now. Daniel, up here, hi. I thought you would have known and learned from your time as Smackdown Live General Manager that you're not in the Indies anymore. This isn't a high school gym where you can call me out and I'll walk out there.
For another month, because as far as I know, Daniel Bryan has not re-signed a new contract, so this could be the final month or the final 3 weeks that we see Daniel Bryan on WWE television, which I don't know yet. We'll see.
We'll fight. No, I'm an elite talent. You want to fight me, you have to earn your way to fighting me. Being on the set of your reality show or whatever it is that you're doing, all that shows is that you're hiding. But I've said all along that you're nothing more than a coward. You remember the last time you called me a coward? We were on the set of Talking Smack. And I got in your face, and what did you do? Did you fight for your dreams? Did you punch me in the face? No, you got up and you walked away. Because as much as you pretend that you want to fight me, all you really want is this. This, Daniel. You just want me and you locked in conflict because you know it furthers your career. I have carried you on my back since I was a pro on NXT. 10 years of fighting on the indies, Daniel, to get noticed. And it took me 5 minutes of getting in your face on Talking Smack to make you famous. That's the difference between you and I. For me, this is about passion, and for you, this is about fame. And nobody will ever remember you as a great superstar because you are too soft. But if you need a big stage, if you need something big to come out and fight, why don't you talk to your agent? Why don't you get off your set? Why don't you come fight me one-on-one at SummerSlam? The same thing over and over again. This is you. Hate sympathy, you talk about your wife, you get beat, cry, repeat. I am done with you riding my coattails. When are you going to accept reality, Daniel? That the Yes Movement is over. The WWE Universe has moved on. Why can't you? Just let your contract expire. And go entertain dozens of people in high school gyms. Oh, they don't care that you defied the odds at WrestleMania 30. They, much like me, are annoyed with you. So why can't you just be quiet, go away? Because all these people, they look at you and all they see one thing.
No, I'm done. Nah, see, yeah, he puts on like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so baby things where they just whine. He's like, wah, wah, wah. So Daniel Bryan made the challenge. Miz has not accepted yet. So this match will be happening at SummerSlam. A lot of people are saying this match is happening too early, but it all comes down to Daniel Bryan's contract. And as of right now, anybody who says Daniel Bryan has signed a new 3-year deal is lying. It is false news. It has not been proven at all. Daniel Bryan, we do not know what's going to happen with him. It would be nice to know what's going on. And as I said, as I pitched, I believe, this past Saturday, no matter if Daniel Bryan signs or not, he loses at SummerSlam. How he loses depends on if he is signing a new contract or not. If he signs a new contract, Miz wins by cheating. If Daniel Bryan does not sign a new contract, Miz wins clean. Because if Miz wins, if he signs a new contract and we can build this to WrestleMania, Miz gets a cheap victory at SummerSlam, and he makes this, and we build from there. How Daniel Bryan has to try and work his way back because the Miz he lost his match to the Miz by nefarious means. We'll have to wait and see. I know we'll probably get the match official hopefully next week, so we at least have a week to build a little bit more. And then we had Carmella versus Charlotte. I don't even have to go into this match. It was, if you saw the match at Backlash, this one was a little bit better, I will say. This one definitely was a little bit better. Would I say it is the worst match I've seen? No. But definitely going to say that it was an obvious what was going to happen, and Carmella ends up tapping out to the figure 8. So it is going to be a triple threat match for now. For now. The question is, are we going to be going into next week's show and Asuka somehow gets a chance to beat Carmella, and then we get a fatal 4-way? Asuka has not been seen since Extreme Rules, when she was made to look like a fool by James Ellsworth and Carmella. Will we see Carmella versus Asuka next week? If Asuka wins, she is added into the match and we get a fatal 4-way. We will have to wait and see. But next week, the only thing we know coming up next week is that the Bar will face the New Day, and the winner goes on to face the Bludgeon Brothers, and I honestly hope it is going to be the Bar. The New Day have had their time. The New Day should go off into the sunset for a while. They do not need to be done. They need to be facing the Bludgeon Brothers again. It is time to give us something different. I would have rather seen Sanity with Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf versus the Bludgeon Brothers, but that's just me. We can't always have what we can't always get what we want, and WWE is just doing that. That is your SmackDown Live review for this week. I wish they would have put that Samoa Joe promo on here because, again, that is Samoa Joe at his absolute finest. But again, WWE, before I get out of here, enough. This is another week. We're supposed to be building towards SummerSlam. We do not need to hear about anything with the women's WWE Evolution pay-per-view until we get to October. If you want to talk about it during the time of the Super Show, now they put it on here. Okay, we're not going anywhere yet because this promo I want people to hear. I do it no justice. Samoa Joe, before we get out of here, and because they just put it on here, sends an imitating SummerSlam promo message to AJ Styles.
Now, AJ, what I did to you last week, well, that was me sending a message, and I think you're more than familiar with my favorite forms of communication. So I'm sure there's no hard feelings. Now, AJ, truth be told, I respect you. And I respect the fact that you've made the title the most prestigious in the WWE.
After what happened with Jinder Mahal last year, it's a miracle that AJ Styles has been able to resurrect this championship, but it is AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, I respect the grind, and I respect what you sacrifice to be what you are. You see, put everything behind being champion. Put champion in front of friends. You put champion in front of your vices. In fact, put being champion of your own family. Which I find kind of funny because last week, AJ, you came out here and you told me a marvelous, lovely tale about how now you can stare your lovely daughter in her eyes and you can say, put your mind to. But AJ, I've known you a long time, and I know the truth. And the fact is, you're barely home long enough to hug your child, let alone look at her lovingly in her eye. No, but it's part of the sacrifice, you see, AJ Styles, the truth is, in your heart, you know, you feel much more comfortable being on the road and living out of a suitcase than you ever have being a husband to your wife. Sacrifice, AJ, I understand, I get it. You, my friend, you have put being a champion above all else. But if it means you're a failure as a father.
Ooh.
It hurts, I know. But AJ, don't worry, because for all your sacrifice, for the fact that you work your fingers to the bone, the fact that you train like an animal to be WWE champion, I am coming soon, and I will take it all from you. Because the truth is, AJ, come SummerSlam, when the whole world is cheering you on to victory, secretly, AJ, your family, in their realest of feelings, they'll be cheering for me. Because after I'm done tearing down your house, after I'm done putting you to sleep, oh, your wife and kids, they'll have their daddy back. But I will be WWE champion.
It is going to be a crying shame if he can't win, because honestly, and we'll talk about this at the SummerSlam preview predictions, honestly, AJ Styles, they have a lot more for AJ Styles as champion than Samoa Joe, but this guy should be champion of something before the end of this year, and it's a crying shame that he is at the wrong place at the wrong time. If Daniel Bryan does, and this is something I think it's going to be a year from now, but I honestly think if Daniel Bryan does re-sign, and we get The Miz versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania next year, at SummerSlam 2019, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, WWE Championship on the line, Samoa Joe makes Daniel Bryan sleep, and he will become the WWE Champion. That's what I think will happen if he does not win the title between now and Hell in a Cell and SummerSlam, because I don't know if he's going to, especially with AJ Styles coming even more closer to tying and being CM Punk's actual record instead of, the fact that Brock Lesnar is holding a different title, but they want to say he's held the championship longer than CM Punk, even though that title didn't exist back then. That is the end of your Smackdown Live review. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like this video. Thank you all for watching what you guys have been doing. I'm liking the viewership getting up there. Find me on Twitter at TheFrance. Hit that follow button over there. And find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. We have been playing Fortnite here and there. Got myself my first win in duos earlier today, which was awesome. Make sure to hit that follow button over there and hit that subscribe button too if you want to be able to show support. I'll be back tomorrow for NXT. Until then, my name is TheFrance, and you guys have yourself a nice night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.